Hey, good morning. This is Joe, and this is our reading for the day. I'm focusing on myself, and if something should resonate for you, that's awesome. All right, so my intention is to get a clear, accurate, specific reading. Specific sometimes with general readings can be vague. I do receive things symbolically, so sometimes it might mean something to me, but it might also not mean anything to you. So the first thing I got was the line of what would be, I guess, a child's drawing of a home, but just one part of it, just one side of it. So it's possible that this reading will be one-sided, or it's possible that you and I are focused on one part of our home environment. All right, something one-sided perhaps too. And then I saw a corner, and with that came up cornerstone, Bloomhouse Films, they show a corner there, but a specific point being made in some regards. Also, what came up around that is a form of punishment as a child. For me specifically was sitting in a corner facing the wall. I know that happened in my childhood. I'm just not sure how many times that happened. And sometimes we'll just put ourselves in that corner, punishing ourselves that we're not good enough, we're not so many things. Then I heard wide open. And to me, this is about our capacity to tune into something greater than ourselves, or greater in ourselves that we may not be tapping into. All right. Sometimes, though, instead of our brain power, it's coming through our heart chakra, and I tune into that as often as I may. All right. So the fourth thing I connected to is this idea of a beach hut with a thatched roof, and watched a documentary yesterday about Noel Coward, and he ended up loving Jamaica and having two homes there. So I think that was sort of playing in the background of how nice would that be. But I believe we can create this sense of freedom, vacation from all the woes of the world or our own challenges, and just have that spot, that hut on the beach with the ocean rolling in and rolling out, without as much attachment. All right, and then the last thing I saw was an arrow, and it was leading ahead to our path ahead, perhaps. All right, today's tool that I will be using is runes, and the set called The Book of Runes by Ralph Bloom. I'm not sure, but that would, interestingly enough, connect to Bloomhouse Films. All right, so I like to pull a rune when I'm looking for words and a context that involves words and ideas and symbols. The first rune I pulled, I have a bag here, and I just intuitively pull a rune stone. The first rune that I connected to is Hagalas, which means disruption, hail. So I'm going to go to the page for that and see what the message is this morning. Okay, change, freedom, invention, and liberation are all attributes of this rune. Drawing it indicates a pressing need within the psyche to break free from constricting identification with material reality and to experience the world of archetypal mind. Well, archetypes are very interesting, so there'd be the crone, the virgin, the whore, all those kind of archetypal larger identifications that people use to often to put us in our place, to minimize us, and so that's one aspect of Hagalas. And then I pulled the rune called Ansus, and that's about receiving messages and signals, but in this pull this morning, it's a reversal, which is not always a reversed meaning. Sometimes it's just kind of like the hanged man, where we're just wanting to be seeing a different perspective rather. And the reverse meaning in this book, you may be concerned over what appears to be failed communication, lack of clarity or awareness, either in your past history or in a present situation. You may feel inhibited from accepting what is offered. There might be a sense of futility, that kind of thing. For me, a lot of times I will receive reversals as just taking more time. Failure to communicate is kind of, the challenge for all of us to communicate clearly. I will find myself talking to people and I'll be right in the middle of a sentence and, all right, this is getting long, but I did hear Breaking Up, the ice melting, Crowded House's song, It's Only Natural, and I really like Crowded House, so hope you got something from this. Namaste.